Welcome back to the show. I am so happy to have Staci Love here with me. She is the executive director of Compassion Waco. It is a place that is more than just transitional housing for families that are experiencing homelessness, but under her leadership and Compassion Waco has become a community of support, really, for these families and stability, a source of stability, which is really crucial, it seems to me. These families are working hard to rebuild their lives, aren't they, Stacy?
Yes, they are. And compassion provides them a safe place to do that. My theory has always been you can't move forward until you feel safe. And so compassion provides that safety, gives them opportunity to breathe, relax, and know that, when school is out, when the school bell rings, or when mom gets off work, we know where we're going. We're not going to be going from place to place or sleeping in the car.
Yeah, that's just got to be so disruptive. I mean, it's just out of disordered. I mean, it's just not conducive to flourishing.
No, it's not. And it is disordered living when you don't know every day where you're going,
Uh-huh.
how you're going to feed your kids, what you're going to have to do to feed your kids. We've heard some real horrific stories this summer about what, moms and dads are doing to keep the family together. And we want to be a safe place to put a stop to that and put them on the right track to stability again.
Oh, absolutely. Well, let's start with you. What drew you into this work? You've been there more than a year.
Yes, I have now been there officially 14 months.
Yeah, a little bit more than a year.
A little bit more than a
Good.
year. I left CPS, retired from CPS after a long career there,
Hmm.
and still wanted to help families. In my previous position, I was just the voice you talked to on the phone when you were upset or when something was wrong. And being at Compassion has given me the ability to be more hands-on, meet with families, be in the day-to-day, and make decisions and changes that are best for the families that we serve.
Yeah. Um, so how did you know compassion was that this was the ministry that was kind of with your skill set? I mean, you could have gone a number of
I
places.
used to volunteer at
Did
Compassion
you?
when my daughter and I were a part of National Charity League.
Yeah.
And so it was always a place where I thought, this is a neat place. I would like to work here someday. And after I retired, I was at home and I was like, oh, let me just look to see what's available. And the executive director position was up on Indeed, and I thought, oh, I'm going to apply. This is an opportunity to apply. I'm just going to apply and see. And it had to be a God wink because it was only up for the weekend, and I happened to see it Friday afternoon, and I went back Monday to kind of get to look at it really in more detail, and it was gone. And I thought,
Uh-oh.
wait, did I really apply? Is this really real? What what's happening here? But I did get a call that next week about the interview process. So
Yeah. Well, of course, Jill McCall, good friend of mine, yeah, her work is legendary.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's just a little. Let's just visit a little bit about Jill and what she did. Uh,
Jill put compassion on the footing that it is
Yeah.
now. Jill put us on solid ground, where we're still able to do the things that some nonprofits aren't able to do. It's been great. Jill left an incredible blueprint for me. Jill continues to be an incredible support. I can call her and say, "Hey, Jill, what's going on with this?" She answers a question or even comes to see me and,
Yeah.
and help me figure it out. And with that being said, at the banquet this year, we are going to have the first Jill McCall Compassion in Action Award.
Good. I'm excited about that. Uh, I just don't think we can recognize her enough for what all she has done through this, and her humility, really, and but just her passion and love to compassion. Here we go. There's the word. Um, what surprised you the most? I think when you actually stepped into this role in these last 14 months.
I think the biggest surprise was the financial stability because you always hear that, nonprofits, are we going to be able to make payroll or what's going to happen or we have this much money and we're depending on our grant writing to sustain us. Absolutely, we depend on grant writing for sustainability, but we also are able to make independent decisions. One thing that makes Compassion different is we don't receive any federal funding, so we aren't beholden beholden, and that can be a blessing, and it can be not be a blessing. But the blessing in it is we're able to make independent decisions that best support our families in that moment without being beholden to regulations that may not fit with the community that we have.
Right, right. Well, and that's good, I guess. I mean, honestly, I hear of other charities, nonprofits, things that are, going like this because of, realignment of needs and that sort of thing from the federal government. And and it's also, I think, a comfort to know that monies that are donated to Compassion Waco are
Stay here.
going right here to these
They're
families.
going right here to our families.
Yeah.
I've been asking for specific grants. I asked for a grant for school supplies, and it was neat to be able to fill all their wishes.
Oh,
Make sure they had a name tag on their backpack for the students that needed the clear backpacks, and the joy that they experienced when we delivered the backpacks. Oh, this has my name on it.
oh, yeah,
That the little things, they mean a lot to kids because
they
they
do.
need to have the same things as their peers because it matters when they go to
And they
school.
see that and they
Yeah,
know. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they see that and they know.
With a focus on performance, design, and customer service, we're here to help you work smarter, not harder. Join us on our journey to simplify your world. Visit acasis.com today. That's ACASIS.com today. At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today. Overwhelmed by your inbox? Clean Email is here to help. Organize, clean, and manage your emails with powerful automation tools. Say goodbye to spam and clutter and enjoy a stress-free inbox. Try Clean Email today at cleanemail.com.
If your home's feeling a bit dated or you're dreaming of that beautiful outdoor oasis, I have got the team for you. Gather & Co., the family-owned remodeling pros right here in Greater Waco since 1998. Led by the Falconberry family, they specialize in stunning kitchen and bathroom makeovers. Think custom walk-in showers, sleek cabinetry, and aging-in-place upgrades for easy living. They also nail outdoor spaces with pergolas, patio covers, sunrooms, and screen rooms that turn your backyard into a year-round retreat. What sets them apart? Personalized designs, top-notch craftsmanship, and a hassle-free process for free in-home consultations to spot-on completion, plus financing options to make it simple. Customers love them, raving about the friendly crew and attention to every detail. Ready to gather in your dream home? Call Gather & Co. today, 254-759-1147 for a no-obligation quote. Visit GatherCoRemodeling.com. Your remodel starts here. Well, just kind of give us a picture of what Compassion Waco does, for a given family. Yeah, you had mentioned to me before we got started that it was interview day. So what does that mean?
So what that means is Compassion Waco offers transitional housing for families. We have 14 apartments on our campus, which is a surprise to most people when they come to visit. They think,
That's right there on Austin Avenue.
1421 Austin Avenue,
Yeah.
14 apartments are there. 12 are one bedroom and 2 are two bedrooms.
Okay.
And so on Wednesdays from 9:30 to 11:30, we accept applications. That's where people in the community can come and apply. They go through an interview and they leave the photo ID so that can begin the background check process. If you're admitted into our program, everybody pays a $200 deposit. If you leave your apartment in the condition that you receive it in, you receive $100 back.
Good.
Everybody pays rent anywhere from $400 to $700 a month. Everybody has to work a minimum of 35 hours a week. We have mandatory programming on Thursdays from 5:30 to 6:30, which could be anything from cooking class, parenting, financial management, soft skills with the work site through TSTC. It just depends on what's happening that month.
Hmm.
We have a 10 o'clock curfew unless you're working. There are no visitors allowed in the apartment, and they have weekly case management that goes over in depth in budgeting. I did receive a grant from the philanthropy class at Baylor University to start our co-partners program back up again. And so we're in the throes of getting that started up again. And that's where people in the community come and volunteer and work more in depth with our families about their finances and help them get back on track. They do a weekly budget, but this is more in depth. Do you have an eviction that we need to work towards paying off? Or do you have outstanding tickets? Things of that nature. So we will be putting out a call for the community to come volunteer, help us get that family back on track. That was the Co-Partners was a program that Jill started
Hmm.
that was disbanded, but I'm here to start it back. So
Yeah.
hopefully we can
Well,
get that program
it's
back on.
it's kind of a mentoring type thing,
Absolutely, it
and I
is.
think that for the mentor, um, it helps them too.
It does.
To give back.
It does get back. And the success of that program, we have a board member who was a former resident of Compassion, and her co-partner is also on the board as well. And so that to see that relationship still thriving, it matters because this is someone you're going to build a relationship with long since when you leave Compassion that you can have a relationship with. So I think it's a vital program for our ministry. And one thing that makes Compassion different from most transitional housing, we have privacy. They have their own private apartment, fully furnished. It has everything that you need to support your family. Another positive is we have apartment host for our apartments, and the host comes in when a family leaves and replenishes whatever needs to be replenished
Oh,
so that it can be ready for the next family. They buy the first week's groceries, and you don't know what that means until you get a family who has exhausted all of their money and not sure what they're going to eat, and they go in that apartment and groceries are there for the
oh,
week. It's a major. We've had families cry, we have kids cry to know that this is here for us. And so that's really nice for our families. But the thing that really sets us apart is if you work our program, follow the rules, do what you need to do, and there are some rules that they have to follow, we reimburse half their rent back. Because
really?
yes, we do. Yes. And so the goal is when you leave us, you're self-sufficient, you're able to secure independent housing without being a burden on your monthly income. We had two families graduate this summer. Our single dad received over $4,300 back, and our single mom, received over $3,500 back.
Oh, that's a huge help when
Absolutely.
if moving into another place because there's all the expenses and just the things that go along with that.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
wow. That's exciting. What is a memory from maybe your early days, 14 months ago, but that really kind of sticks with you? I mean, you mentioned a few people, but
My early days, I would say the first thing was the board support.
yeah,
I come from a world where nobody calls you unless there's an issue.
yeah, there's a problem.
There's a
Yeah, a
problem,
fire you have to put out.
including the leadership.
Yeah,
Nobody
right.
is saying, good job. The board has been very supportive. Any idea that I've had, they've supported me 100%. They've given me the ability to flourish and make decisions that I know that will be best for the community. They may have some questions, but once I give the why, they're totally on board. And then the next thing was Christmas is my favorite holiday.
Uh-huh.
And so I wanted Christmas to be magical for our residents, and we were able to do that with community support. We gave our kids and our and our parents, because most single moms, they're doing the day to day, but I wanted them to know, or single dad, I wanted the parents to know you matter too. So we provided Christmas for everyone there. It was a magical time. They had a great day. And so that was probably my two greatest memories so far.
Oh, wow. And I'm just picturing it, and it's like a big family.
It is. It is. It is.
And the support that is there amongst your clients, is that the term you use?
I like to
What's the
say
right word?
residents.
Resident,
I
okay.
like to say residents.
Okay, then, but they're all like, we know what each other's going through.
Right.
There's that commonality, and that just automatically has a kind of a support system to it.
It does. It really does.
Yeah,
But
well, anyway, I'm excited. I want to hear more from you about what's happening at Compassion Waco, but we're going to take a quick break.
okay.
I want to tell everybody that this portion of the Ann Harder Show is brought to you by Fox & Co. Bakery, where we bake foxy things. They're delicious. Check out Fox & Co. Stay with us. There's more of the show ahead.
A journey into new thoughts, new cultures, new adventures. So what are you waiting for? Start your journey with Babbel now. Go to babbel.com or download the app.
It's the Restore Clarity Focus Patch, my little secret weapon for staying sharp, focused, and on task. Each box comes with simple instructions inside, so you always know exactly how to apply it. Each patch lasts for 3 days. I love that I can wear it all day.
Tasmanian spring water range from Sand and Sky. This range is really good for dry and dehydrated skin like myself, packed with 2 types of hyaluronic acid, fermented sea kelp to reduce redness, and my skin feels so dewy and so hydrated.
Experience with the Bosley MD hair regrowth kit was amazing. It was easy to use. It let me take off my hat. I could go in public and have my picture taken and feel normal again.
BosleyMD.com.
And I'm back with Staci Love, who is the executive director of Compassion Waco, formerly known as Compassion Ministries. And they kind of rebranded, or
Yes.
because there's another Compassion Ministry somewhere, I think.
There's an international compassion ministry, so
Okay.
we rebranded to Compassion Waco.
Yeah. So
Depending on your longevity with us, you either know us as Compassion Ministries or you know us as Compassion Waco, but it's one and the same.
yeah, right. But from now on, we're going to call it Compassion Waco. Now, you mentioned some of is there a specific family or somebody that came through your program that you can kind of share their story?
Yes. One of our families came through our program. She was a single mom with 5 children. And she'd been there for about 5.5 months when I arrived and secured a extension. So she was going to be able to be there for a year, but she hadn't worked on something that was most important, and that was her GED. And so I challenged her. I said, you can get your GED. You can do this. She signed up through MCC, through their GED program, took all the assessments, and was able to test out right away in the one portion of the GED. And she had the math portion left. Within 45 days, she had her GED. And so we celebrated her. We had a little party for her.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was going to set her on better footing to get a job, do all the things that you need to do. And so that was a really big accomplishment for her because she thought she couldn't do it. And we encouraged her and we were like, yes, you can do it. And she did do it. And so when she left, she had her GED and she was ready to secure long-term employment.
Yeah, yeah. I love Christian Women's Job Corps, for example, because that's what they do is help women get that GED, and it's it's work. It's work for them to get that done, but there's a cost to it, and so obviously you need to raise money, as you mentioned, going for grants. And do you have a pretty good base of support, just regular supporters?
We have a pretty good base of supporters. There are some supporters that we can depend on monthly that they're coming through with a check for Compassion, and so that is great. Those things, especially now, financial support is way down. In-kind donation, though, is way up. And
Really?
so we've been able to balance some of that with our church support, our community supporters who are coming in and saying, for Austin Avenue United Methodist Church decided every year during Vacation Bible School, we have a compassion fair where the kids get to decide what they want to donate, and they bring 2 pickup trucks of stuff for us: diapers, socks,
Wow.
toothpaste, laundry detergent, things that we need on a day-to-day to support our families.
Well, yeah, I do know of other churches that help because, as you say, as a family moves out, then everything has to be restocked.
Yes, and some of our churches are apartment hosts. And then the Paul J. Meyer Foundation is a monthly supporter who, sometimes I'm thinking, oh, we've had so many repairs that we've had to do. We are really spending a lot of money this month. In the month of August, we replaced 6 microwaves, a refrigerator, a dishwasher, and now are waiting for the plumber to replace 2 sinks. And so those are going to be huge expenses that aren't normal expenses, but we know with the Paul J. Meyer Foundation that they're going to be there to support us, among others that support.
Yeah, and it's an aging building.
It is.
I mean, it was an original motel.
Yes. The
Right there.
back part is 20 years old. The
Yeah.
main house is much older.
Yeah.
And so there's always upkeep. But our campus always looks nice. Is in pristine condition. When people come for a tour, they're like, oh, we didn't know all this was back here. This is really nice.
Yeah.
This is a really nice place for families to be. And all of our families always say, my kids finally feel safe.
Well, that's the bottom line. As we said right off the beginning, when you don't know where you're going to be that night.
Yes.
Yeah. So what does a typical day look like for someone in the program?
A typical day looks like they're going to work. They are the bus is coming to pick up the kids. I must give a shout out to our local school districts. WISD, Midway ISD, and Conley ISD is where we currently have kids. All of those school districts came to Compassion before school started to figure out, where is the best place to pick up kids? Where do we need to be? This is the time that we're going to arrive, so that there would be no hiccup on the first day of school, that we knew the kids were going to be picked up. Everybody knew where they were supposed to be. And so moms wake up, they take the kids out the back door to wait on the bus, and then they begin their work day.
Yeah.
Go to work, have any meetings that they need to have. They have their weekly meeting with the case manager to talk about where they are, do their weekly chore. And that's what, there's lots of hustle and bustle. They're doing laundry, preparing meals. You can tell when someone's cooking in the hall. And that's that's the day. The same thing that people are doing in the community, they're doing during their work day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Golf Partner, the world's largest golf store network, offers more purchasing opportunities than anywhere else. With a dominant market share and a wider selection of quality secondhand golf clubs than our competitors, we make it easy for you to enjoy the game with affordable, top-quality equipment. Golf Partner.
VivoSun's mission is to empower growers with stylish and effective products, making indoor growing accessible and enjoyable for everyone. Visit vivosun.com today and get started making growing plants and vegetables easy and automatic.
It's interesting, I guess, from that there would be so many different school districts involved. It wouldn't just be, the local school that's near where you're located on Austin Avenue. It's if the child was in Lorena ISD, I guess,
Yes, with the McKinney-Vento Act, if they are classified as homeless, they can stay in their home district if they were attending that school prior to coming to Compassion. But WISD is our local district.
Right, would be. What are some of the biggest challenges that you see these families face?
The biggest challenging is budgeting their money. Understanding that when you get paid, that doesn't mean free money. There are bills that we have to pay, and that if we spend all of our money on doing fun things, then we haven't paid our rent. And if you're in the community, that could lead to eviction. And so helping them budget their money, or being dependent on thinking, oh, I'm going to have this income and I don't have this income. And so we don't have any food. And so Compassion has to step in and buy groceries for that week. It's the budgeting aspect that's a major thing. Or waiting on a luxury. You're wasting money.
Delayed gratification is the
Absolutely.
hardest thing for some people.
Absolutely. Renting a car isn't the best option now, because if you save your money, you can buy a car versus what you're paying to rent a car. Yeah. So those are the hardest lessons to teach and break.
What can we do to kind of teach these lessons early? What do you attribute the fact that there are folks that just really, have this problem in that area?
I think the co-partners program, and the one thing that I want to do differently with co-partners is I not only want to teach the parents, but I want to work with the youth to break the cycle.
Right.
Because unless you break the cycle, it's going to continue. But they need to be learning money management. They need to be learning, when I get my paycheck, I need to put some in savings. Or if I want, a game, I need to save my money to buy the game, and not so much of the instant gratification. Because what we find with a lot of our families is they haven't had the resources or the money to do things. So rather than wait, they go spend and buy all of these expensive things, and then when it's time to pay rent, I'm not able to pay my rent. Well, at Compassion, we can give you some leeway, but in the real world, they're going to file for eviction immediately.
Yeah, and that's a very serious thing. Do you feel like some of the families suffer somewhat with a stigma?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. There is a stigma. They feel like, people are going to know that we're here. And my response is, who's going to know? Nobody's going to know.
We're not telling anybody.
We're not telling anybody. We're going to make sure, as much as we can, as your kids look like everybody else. And so there's no stigma in that. There's no stigma in getting on your feet and being healthy and self-sufficient. Right. That is a plus for you. That's a win.
Yeah. That's taking a smart step in the right direction for sure. This has got to be, though, an emotionally demanding job for you, Staci. So tell me how you recharge?
I came from an emotional demanding
that's true.
place, and so Compassion is not that emotionally demanding for me. I think because of where I came from and the training that came from that, I was able to separate the two. I would say every day, I've done all I can do for the children of McLennan County. And so now I've rephrased it and I say, I've done all I can do for my families today, and I'm able to cut it off. But I am a reader, and so I read every day, and that's my release. And I'm also always looking for the best deal. I'm a professional shopper. I'm a professional shopper, so I'm always looking for the best deal. So that gives me my break. Who has laundry detergent on sale, so that I can go get the laundry detergent at this deal, and it's cost saving for us as well. So that's been really fun. The game that we play now is when I have to go buy something, I'll come back and say, so how much do you think I spent on this? and they'll always say. And I'll say, no, I got this for...
name that price.
Yeah, you name that price. They think, oh, that was $300. Nope, got it for $80. And so that's what we do.
Your own version of the price is right.
Exactly.
Oh, well, when you look toward the future, What is it you're seeing ahead for Compassion Waco?
I want to see Compassion continue to thrive. I want to see more community people become more involved. You can see your local dollars at work. You don't have to wonder what's happening. We're always open for people to come tour the campus so that they can see what's happening. Because once they see what we do and how it looks, people are on board immediately.
Yeah.
You know, I want to get on the list to be an apartment host. This is an amazing ministry. And so that's what I hope for Compassion, that 30 years from now, Compassion is still thriving, still in the Waco community, still supporting families and helping our community.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you mentioned a couple of things. What are some of the areas that people can volunteer?
They can volunteer for childcare on Thursday evenings.
Really?
They can
Okay.
volunteer to be an apartment host. They can volunteer to help us sort donations. Sometimes we have a living room full of donations that we need to sort and get out on the giving table. The giving table is in the lobby where the apartments are located, where if anything is on that table, our families can come get. It can be clothing, it can be food, it can be toiletries, whatever's on the giving table is for our families to come get.
It's like you've just provided every need you can think of
We
for
try.
for a family that's been in a traumatic situation, upheaval, and providing that transitional step for them.
Yes. Yes. And most are coming from community living. And so the first thing that they say is, oh, we have privacy. Oh, I can cook for my family and it's just for my family. If I put something in the refrigerator, it's in the refrigerator in my apartment, not in the community fridge. And
Yeah,
so
more worried about the kids eating it
yes, yes, yes,
than your roommate or whatever.
yes.
Yeah. And so again, you have 17 units. How many units?
14.
14 units.
14 units.
Any thoughts of expanding or anything?
No thoughts of expanding. 14 units don't seem like a lot, but when you're providing case management and you're the landlord, it's a lot. It's depending on who's on the phone, what hat you're playing. You're either calling HVAC, we need HVAC to come out, versus
You mentioned plumbers.
yes,
You need the plumber
the
from
day to
time to
day.
time.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so I think 14 is a good number. We can give one-on-one personal. If someone's in crisis, we can handle it right there. I think if we expanded, it may be too big. We're a small shop. We only have 3 full-time staff.
I was going to ask you who else you have working with you.
We have 3 full-time staff, myself, the case manager, and the office manager. We have 2 staff that are night monitors that work, they split the week and they work 8 to 10.
Okay.
So we're a small but mighty shop.
Well, it is just incredible, to see how it's flourished and got to be so gratifying to you to know how it is helping people in a real tangible way. I mean, it's
It is.
life-saving in a lot of ways.
It is gratifying. My mom that I just talked about, one who graduated, when she first came, she wouldn't make eye contact. She was essentially afraid of her shadow. And when she left, she was making eye contact. She could make independent decisions. She was able to be there for her girls and be self-sufficient. And so that was a win for us. And then our single dad, he came, he was trying to get back on his feet. He's an independent contractor. He is thriving. His girls are thriving. And so to see those kids thrive, to be in honors classes after all they've been through, they're on the road to independence.
Yeah, and a successful life ahead.
Absolutely.
Which is what you want to see for everybody. Well, I like to end these little visits with a questionnaire. I probably already asked you these questions. Did I ask you these last year? I kind of think I didn't.
I don't think so.
So I'm going to ask them today. This is
Okay.
the late, great James Lipton on Inside the Actors Studio.
Okay.
Had a list of questions he would ask his actors.
Okay.
And so this is my take on it. So I'll start out with, what is your favorite word?
Resilience.
Yeah. Yeah, you see that, I guess, every day in these families.
Absolutely.
Yeah. A least favorite word?
I can't.
I hear that all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, I hear that. That's a lot of people like, I don't want to hear that I can't do something.
Yes.
What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Spiritually, seeing someone flourish, thinking that they can't, but they can, and instilling them. I always like to say I'm a servant leader. So helping them see you have the potential to be great. We just have to turn it on. And then once it's on, the magic in seeing them turn it on and flourish.
Yeah, yeah. What turns you off creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
People that have a incorrect formed assessment on someone without getting to know them or listening to someone else. Make an assessment based on your own interaction with someone, not what you've heard or what you've thought, but what you've actually engaged with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's wisdom in that. What is your favorite sound?
Probably the crowd at a sporting event.
Yeah, really?
Yes.
Yeah. So you follow sports?
Yes, I'm a huge Lady Bear fan, a
Oh,
season
yeah.
ticket holder, and so always ready for basketball season and ready to cheer the Lady Bears on.
Yeah, you got your gold already.
I got
love
my gold
that sweater.
on.
That's perfect. Yeah.
Yes.
Then what is your least favorite sound?
Tears.
Oh, yeah. You probably hear that a good bit.
Yeah, tears.
Yeah. Yeah, but you help provide an answer for
Yes.
many of those tears, and so that's good. That's
Yes.
good. What job would you like to have tried, Staci Love?
A professional shopper.
I think you're doing that.
A professional shopper or being I'd like to be someone's professional shopper. I mean, I do it in ways and tell somebody, okay, this is where the deal is.
Yeah.
Bethany, our case manager, likes to say, when you open the door to a store, the deals just flock to you, and they really do.
I've worked with a fellow reporter at a radio station, and she was like that too. She always dressed so cute, and I said, "Where do you find these things?" Oh, she did, and she was expert at that. So it's not a skill I have. So let's see, where was I? Oh, what job do you know you don't want to do? No thanks. Somebody else can do that.
Law enforcement.
Yeah, I've heard that from other people. In fact, I heard that from a judge.
Really? Either law enforcement
Yeah.
or a mortician. I don't want those. Those aren't for me.
Yeah, and it's necessary.
It's both necessary.
And grateful for the people who
I have
do
high
that.
respect for those people.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, one last question
Okay.
then. What do you want to hear God say when you arrive at those pearly gates?
Job well done.
Yeah.
That every day you gave your best and you did all that you could do, and job well done.
Yeah, amen. Well, from what I can tell, you're knocking it out of the park.
Thank you.
We're so blessed to have you at Compassion Waco, and look forward to seeing you at other events. And just wonderful to get a chance to hear your story and your heart for the people that y'all help there.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak about Compassion Waco.
Well, love it. Thank you. Stay with us. There is more of the show ahead, and we will tell you today's show is brought to you by Gather & Co., where they are transforming houses into homes. Don't go away.
Better sleep, inspired by nature. Your back, hips, and shoulders will fall into perfect alignment in any position, meaning that you get deeper, more comfortable rest. Visit ecoterrabeds.com.
Everybody at EcoLife really has a passion and a real interest in helping people feel well. How much further can we go to get you feeling even better? It is a complete partnership between the two of us.
What if you could clean clean? With bio-based formulas and deep cleaning enzymes. No dyes, phthalates, or mystery ingredients. Just powerful pods for your dishes and laundry. Now you can. with drops. Made clean, made to clean.
Experience the future of secure private cloud storage with Internix. Protect your files with end-to-end encryption, ensuring your data stays private and accessible only to you. That's internxt.com today.
A big thank you to our sponsor, Fox & Co. Bakery. Check them out for delicious baked goods and your catering needs.
Natural Cycles identifies your fertile window by analyzing changes in your temperature. Just measure in the morning, add your temperature into the app, then learn which days you can and cannot get pregnant. It's that easy. Learn more at naturalcycles.com.
With San, owning iconic furniture no longer requires paying a premium. With over 15,000 satisfied customers worldwide, we've proven that high-quality furniture doesn't have to come with a high price tag. Explore our collection today at san.com.
Apollo Neuro is a new kind of wearable that helps your body recover from stress, that helps you calm down and feel better. You sleep better, and you can get back to being yourself. Learn more at apolloneuro.com.
Come enjoy game night tonight with Mission Waco starting at 6 p.m. Disparity Trap is a board game that will help players have conversations on the systems and institutions established to create inequity within the United States and how we as individuals have the ability to alter those systems for the better. The game's sole purpose is to encourage participants to work together in order to understand systemic inequity more clearly. You can learn more at disparitytrap.net. We will play, chat, pray, and leave with deeper compassion and a vision for positive change in our city and the world. The game will take about 60 to 90 minutes with about 30 minutes of conversation afterwards. Art Center Waco is spotlighting 5 Austin-based female artists for the In Her Element exhibition. The showcase is in partnership with Women and Their Work, which is an Austin-based nonprofit that is focused on uplifting and advocating women in the arts. Art Center Waco welcomed the In Her Element exhibit a few weeks ago, and it will be featured until October 31st with an artist talk with 2 out of 5 of the artists featured on October 9th. There are tons of beautiful pieces, so go check it out and support these women in the arts. Finally, if you haven't heard, a historic building that served as Waco's first H-E-B grocery store in the 1950s is being revitalized after sitting empty for years. Developer Peter Ellis is transforming the 40,000 square foot building on Austin Avenue into a Garden City grocery, which he describes as combining elements of Whole Foods and Trader Joe's with a hometown feel. I'm Elizabeth Riley with your Act Locally Waco news, and I'll see you next time.
Streamline event and appointment booking with Amelia's sleek, modern, and fully customizable booking forms. WPAmelia.com. That's WPAMELIA.com. Amelia. At Mitzi, we believe the right light can transform any space. Mitzi has the perfect design for you. Beautiful, well-made lighting without the high price tag. Discover your perfect light at Mitzi.com. That's MITZI.com. Mitzi.
Send money abroad in just a few steps with Remitly. Sign up with your email, enter an amount, choose how your loved ones receive the money, enter your recipient's information, select a payment method, hit send, and relax. Download the Remitly app today.
Tervis is all about staying hydrated. Each product is built to last and comes in endless designs to match your personality. Stay refreshed and express yourself with Tervis. Visit tervis.com today and find your perfect tumbler.
Welcome back to the show. Harker Heights Food and Wine and Brew Festival is coming right up. It's going to be the 18th, Saturday the 18th. And I am delighted to have a real live pitmaster here with us. James Crawford, who is co-owner of Pitmaster and Pitmaster for Band of Brothers.
Yes, ma'am. Band of Brothers
Barbecue. Mm-hmm. And Rebecca Moon, who is the president and CEO of the Harker Heights Chamber of Commerce.
Yes,
This is a big event. This is going to be a wonderful party. But first of all, James, since you brought food,
yes,
I want you to tell me about what you brought for Show and Share.
Yes, ma'am. I wish there was a little bit of smell vision that could go on.
Oh man, it smells
viewers.
Amazing.
So here at Band of Brothers Barbecue, we make all of our sausage from scratch, in-house. My business partner and co-owner Zach Lillu, he's from Louisiana. Funny story about us. We met over playing video games, actually.
Well,
and he came about 4.5 years ago, almost 5 years ago now. Wow. But we make all of the sausage from scratch. We have our regular sausages in the middle there, the pepper jack cheese sausage, and then our new concoction is a pork jalapeno and pineapple.
Ooh.
And that one's pretty phenomenal.
That sounds amazing. So you make your own sausage and stuff it in the...
Yeah, we use all natural. It's all natural.
Right?
It's a casing.
A casing,
so, we use all natural casing. There's no synthetic casings in our shop. But yeah, so last night Zach was in there grinding the sausage, mixing everything up, putting all the blends of seasonings in through it, and then that gets put in to the casing, and then we smoke it roughly about 6 hours, give or take. We start at low temperatures, and then we slowly build up and then finish it off, so that way it gets to a final temperature of 165, so that way it's safe for everybody. And then
sure. Where are you located?
The physical address is 13178 South Fort Hood Street, Killeen, Texas, 76542. If you're familiar with the area, we're on Highway 195 and the corner of FM 2484 out in the country. We're just outside of city limits there, and so we've got a little 45-seat indoor restaurant. We have a big covered outdoor seating area. We have an outdoor beer and wine garden that we just got fixed, and we'll be launching that this Saturday. And then a new stage that we built out there, and then so we'll have live music this Saturday, the 11th, ourselves, kind of launching our beer and wine garden at the restaurant.
But you're going to be at the Wine and Food Fest.
Yeah, that'll be on the 18th.
Food, Wine and Brew Fest. I'll get the order of everything right. Rebecca, so tell me about the event.
Absolutely. This is the 17th annual. We take over the Harker Heights Community Park. We have so many food vendors, wine vendors, breweries who are all local to Texas. So when people check in, there's something really for everyone. We've got a brand new kids zone this year. So face painting, of course. We've got pony rides. We've got a petting zoo. There's going to be a kissing booth with an animal. Lots of photo opportunities, train rides, all that for the kiddos. The adults can go in and find all the different food that they want to eat. Hopefully they'll find a new local brewery that they love, a new local winery that they want to be a part of.
That's a great place to sample.
Absolutely.
What's available out there.
They can sample all the things. They can buy stuff there. And we're going to have a lot of live music happening as well.
Oh, yeah, tell me about that. So it's going to be a part of the festival, the music.
That's exactly right. Right in the middle of what's happening. So we're going to kick things off with the First Cav Band. We've got Michael Alexanderson. We've got Aubrey McCormick. And then to end our day, we're ending our day with Corey Morrow. Going to be just a huge draw, a concert that's happening there. So super excited. And then throughout the day, Outdoor Channel star Kent Rollins is also going to be with us.
Yeah, awesome.
So we have a cooking challenge that's happening. Yep. We've already had people send in video submissions. We've announced the 3 winners, and then we have a celebrity guest winner as well. So we've announced 4 winners. There's going to be a 5th person that we're going to draw at the festival. So if their name wasn't already chosen, they still have an opportunity to cook for Kent. Yep. So they're all going to be cooking chicken fried steak.
Doing a chicken fried steak.
They are. And then Kent Rollins, and then we have a couple other judges are going to be tasting it and choosing the winner. And we've got amazing prizes lined up. It's just like all day. There's going to be something fun happening.
Okay, and the gates open at what time?
They're going to open at 2 o'clock. We're
2
going
o'clock?
until 10 o'clock.
Yep,
Correct.
2 to 10.
Oh, okay, so an afternoon thing. Free parking, I see, but there's a shuttle available.
There is,
so-
because there is limited parking at the park.
Right.
So at the Harker Heights High School, we've partnered with KISD and the city of Harker Heights, as well as the Boys and Girls Clubs and the HOP. They're all providing transportation for us. It's completely free. So don't get alarmed if you get there and there's no parking. You can park at the high school. They'll get you over. They'll get you back to your car completely
Awesome.
free.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And it is a short walk, too.
Yeah, it's not too far.
If you parked at the high school and walked to the
and
park.
if you eat all this wonderful stuff,
you
you're
might
going to
have
need
to walk off
to
a few
you're going to need to walk.
That's true.
But it's only
walk a little bit.
It's not far.
Just a couple hundred yards. It's not bad.
Oh, so do you have a food truck? I mean, what is it?
No, ma'am. Well, I started out of a food truck back in 2019, and then now I'm a brick and mortar.
Okay.
So we'll have we're going to be the VIP caterers at the event.
Okay.
So if you sign up and get the VIP ticket experience, then you'll get our food.
That's where you'll
We're
get
going to be
your
doing
food.
the brisket. We do a prime smoked brisket. We're going to have smoked turkey and some other kind of fun, cool things.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite thing you like to smoke? I mean, the sausage.
Could you go
Again,
wrong?
it smells amazing.
It does.
Man, a favorite thing I like to cook. I'd have to say it's the brisket. You know,
Yeah.
it's when you.
Okay.
It's the one that takes almost the longest. You know, it's anywhere from 12 to 16 hours.
A lot of skill involved in that.
Yeah, it comes
because
down.
you gotta
comes down
keep-
to the trim. You got to have the right choice of meat that you start with. You know how you put your knife to it, and then your temperature, maintaining throughout the entire cook. It's fire management's a big thing. So
That is a big, hence the Pitmaster
yes, ma'am.
title that you have.
Unfortunately, a plethora of failing along the way. I promise you, there's been not so great barbecue that have come out of smokers.
It's just learning the best path. That's
Well,
all.
and what
I
is it?
started
The
when I was
bark,
19, so,
the
you know.
bark
Mhm.
on it.
Yeah.
That's a. How do you go
That's
about
a skill. I mean, so we say if you pepper draws in smoke. So if you're having a hard time building the bark, maybe add a little bit more pepper to your recipe and see how that helps.
Okay, for the rub.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Launched in 2023, ushers in a new era of sapphire ice cooling technology, offering nearly painless hair reduction in just 3 weeks. That's ulike.com. You like. At Tusain's, we understand that maintaining a healthy lifestyle can be challenging, especially in today's fast-paced world. That's why our mission is to make fitness accessible to everyone anywhere. Visit Tusains.com today and start your journey to better health. That's TOUSAINS.com.
At Mapiful, we believe in celebrating your journey. Our unique personalized products are designed to boost your confidence. From custom home decor to meaningful gifts, we help you cherish the memories that make you who you are. Visit Mapiful.com and start celebrating your story today.
There's a lot to know about. What got you interested in barbecuing? This was not.
Well,
we talked earlier, and you have had an amazing career.
I got into barbecue through the fire department.
Yeah.
I was
Well, you know, those firefighters, they're known for.
Yeah,
man,
there was some
great cooking.
there were some great chefs along the way
Yes.
in my career for sure.
Yeah.
But I was a rookie fireman. We had a barbecue sanctioned team through the city, and so if you were on the cooking team and you had a competition, you got paid time off to go to the competition, and you didn't have to be on shift. So if you were on shift Friday, a Saturday, or a Sunday, you got PTO, and so we worked at 24/48.
Yeah, right.
And so if I got one of those days, basically you're getting, 7 days off in a row, and I got paid to be gone. So I was like, I heard that they needed a chicken guy.
Mm-hmm.
I was 19 years old.
I was going to say, because that's a specialty too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you can dry that
absolutely.
chicken out
Oh,
pretty fast on the grill.
I was 19 and wet behind the ears. I knew that I could get PTO for it, so I was like, I'll be your chicken guy.
I'll do it.
I don't think at 19 I even knew how to light a grill properly, to be fair. And they kind of caught on kind of quick. But they kept me on the team, and I learned along the way and made a lot of mistakes, and then we won a lot of trophies along the way too. So.
Oh man, that is neat. Yeah, chicken that may be the trickiest.
Yeah, I have we do half chicken at the shop.
Mm-hmm.
So if you ever come in, we do our chicken and the half chicken, and it's probably some of the best in Bell County.
Well, and we also that when you were doing your firefighting EMS work, a couple of major events.
Yeah,
there were major news stories in the area, and you were involved with both of them. Tell them quickly about that.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit earlier, and so I was one of the EMS personnel that was first, 3 to 5 ambulances on scene when the Fort Hood shooting happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
that was in
then,
09.
Yeah, and then I was with Scott and White EMS when the plant blew up in West Texas.
Yeah,
and
wow.
so the pagers went off, and all of us that were off duty came in, and were in some way, shape, or form capacity that we could be.
Well, first responders. That's
what we do.
Why they call you
or
that?
what- yeah. So.
Yeah. So you're not doing any of that. You're
No,
full-time
I got into the later part of my career. I got into flight medicine, and I spent some time overseas, and then came back, flew stateside, and I hung up my wings in 2018, and was back in college full time. I was married at the time, and so the plan was to get my organismal biology degree and go to PA school. That was
Right.
kind of the.
That would be a natural progression for
as
EMS.
a flight paramedic, I
Right.
capped myself out, so I couldn't go any higher in my career.
Right.
And by the end of 2018, I ended up divorced and a teenage daughter died overnight.
Oh,
and
I'm so
so
sorry.
the barbecue truck was more kind of started out of trying to figure it out. Didn't know really what to do. And the main drive behind that was my ex-wife saying that it was the silliest idea that she's ever heard. And, we were going to fall completely on our face, and she couldn't believe that, she was, me, and she was going to put, I was going to put our daughter at risk and all these things. And so I put all my eggs into that basket, and out of spite and hell or high water, here we are.
Here you are.
We've won Best Barbecue in Central Texas.
Yeah.
I think we've won it twice now, and we've been one of the top 3. So out of the 3 years that we've been rocking and rolling. So.
Well, yeah, you never know. Out of sadness comes.
Yeah, it's been a
something.
crazy wild ride along the way for sure.
So, Rebecca, a little bit about you. Got a little bit of time left. First year, you've kind of completed a year as the chief there at Harker Heights Chamber.
Boss.
Where did you come from?
I came from the Greater Killeen Chamber of Commerce, actually.
Okay,
So
all
similar
right.
community. I knew a lot of the people.
Knew a lot.
But let me just tell you, the city of Harker Heights, they really embrace you. They make you feel like family. They do it right. I've been thrilled to work with everyone in the city and the community.
Well, it's going to be a wonderful event. Again, this is coming up on the 18th.
Yes, ma'am.
Saturday the 18th. Starts at 2 in the afternoon.
Yes, ma'am.
Great music, great food.
Yes.
I can guarantee you. Lots of fun. And just how could folks get tickets?
That's a great question. They can call the chamber, 254-699-4999. Everything is digital now, right? So if you
Yeah.
want to find more information, see pictures of last year, see kind of what's happening, Food and Wine, all spelled out.com. So
Okay.
hhfoodandwine.com. You can find all of our vendors who's going to be there.
Probably on Facebook, I bet you
Facebook, we're all over
Find
Facebook,
that.
Instagram, TikTok. We've got all the places. I have a wonderful team that makes sure that we're doing a good job of celebrating.
Yeah. Well, you've got free parking and shuttle service, and again, so the tickets cost what?
Tickets are only $25 for an
$25.
adult. That gets you in for everything that you're going to have. the
Music and
experience-
everything.
Music and everything. We really want to highlight our vendors. We want to give them a great opportunity to find new customers, customers to find new people that they want to visit all the time. So we're trying to keep it really accessible for everyone.
Okay. Well, it's going to be an awesome event, and
this year having all the stuff for the kiddos this year too.
yeah. Well, and you can bring your family and
Yeah.
just have a great time. I'm guessing the weather will be fine. If there's rain, what?
So we're going to happen, rain or shine,
Okay.
but we've already special ordered 78, partly cloudy, slight breeze. We've been talking to the man upstairs, and
All right.
we're going to keep talking to him.
Well, I'd say it's odds are you're going to have great
Yeah.
weather. So
Yes,
thank you, James, Rebecca, thank you both so much, and all the best there in Harker Heights. Love those folks
Appreciate
there.
it.
Thank you for having us, and we're looking forward to a great festival.
Yeah.